Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. This is Attorney Commander J.R. Glapohkpa Chesson. I'm at Flames, the Jamaican restaurant in Providence, Rhode Island. I'm here with the proprietor. Ma'am, could you kindly tell us your name and how long this business has been here?
My name is Sophia, and this business has been here for 6 years.
What kind of support have you received from the community?
Great support. We receive great support from the community.
And especially the African community?
The African, the Spanish, and then we're close to the hospital, so there's a lot of people that come by from the hospital. All different culture.
Wow, that's
Everybody
nice.
want to try something new.
Yes, I just took a shot of some of your food here. It seems very delicious. I've had some of them too, some of your meal.
Yeah.
What message do you have for your customers?
They could come anytime. Come anytime. We treat our customer with great respect.
Thank you very much, Sophie.
You're welcome.
And I hope you have good luck here as long as you're here.
Okay, thank you.
Have a good day.
You too, dear. Thanks.
Good morning, good morning, good morning. Welcome to Attorney Commander J.R. Glapohkpa Chesson Talk Show. Today is Friday, TGIF, and also 30 days has September, April, June, and November. All the rest have 31 days, except February alone. Can you tell me why? Can you tell me why? Let's get into my topics for this morning. But before I go into that, it's going to be 46 degrees right now, but it's going up, not much, to the mid-60s. So you're going to have a chilly, cold day today. Okay? But we don't expect rain. That's one good thing in our area. So as Hurricane Ian has now returned as a hurricane. It was a tropical storm. It was downgraded to a tropical storm yesterday. It went over the ocean. It has gathered strength again. And it's coming back on shore today again in the Carolinas and those areas, in the lower line areas, as a Category 1 hurricane. And from there, it's coming up our way. So by tomorrow, it's not coming up this way as a hurricane. I haven't heard that. But I know we're going to get a lot of rain tomorrow in some places in Rhode Island. So take heed and govern yourselves. Get your umbrella, your raincoat, all your rain necessities ready for tomorrow. Okay? That's it. My topics for the day are 1. Liberia Verses Football. Do Liberian people love football more than they love Liberia? 2, can what I'm doing now help my Liberian people? Let me clarify this thing for all you people. When I talk about Liberian people, I am also talking about African American people. Liberia was founded by African American people. We know our history. We know from whence we came. So when I'm addressing Liberia, I'm not really talking about people in Africa. I'm talking to the people in America as well. Whether you realize it or understand or accept it or not, we share a tide, a consanguinity, bloodline that cannot be broken. You people in America don't have authority over that. Neither do the people in the Africans in Liberia have authority over that. That is a God-given gift to us, that we left these shores in the 17 and 1800s and decided to return to Africa to find our roots and our freedom. And despite the fact that we have not found either of them yet, we are still one people. And until we understand this, that our freedom hinges on both group of African Americans, understanding from where we came and where we want to go and where our future and prosperity lie. It can't happen. It can't happen. So I'm teaching about my people all over the world, not only in Liberia, but because Liberia is the foundation of African unity and liberty. I got to speak about my country. That's a great nation. That's a great nation. And it took a lot of struggles for our people to come together and form this nation. It's not for American co-Liberians or Congo people. It's not for indigenous people. It's for all of us. And my American brothers and sisters got to understand that we all share in this rich and great heritage. It's for all of us. It's for all of us. Liberia is significant as a symbol of African unity. And in spite of the fact that other African nations are great today, we still have to respect our historical roots and foundation. So when I'm speaking as the nexus of my people, my African people, my African American people. Because despite the fact that some of us have been brainwashed to think that we're better than Africans, or some Africans have been brainwashed to think they're better than Americans, ain't a reality. Nobody better than nobody here. Nobody got more vision and wisdom and knowledge than nobody here. And as soon as we realize that we are all in the same struggle, we'll come together and change our behaviors and actions toward one another and jealousies and work with each other. This great nation is for all of us. Just as the white people know that it's for all white people and they accept it, you better grow up and understand it's the same for us. It's the same for us. We're not coming here with hatred against the white man. No, we're not. At least my people not. The age and days for those things are over. We won't seek the American dream, the promise to us. And we ain't going back to the 1960s, the 50s. No, this is a new age. And all of us got to come together to move ourselves forward in unity with the goal to protecting our nations and ensuring the prosperity and advancement of our peoples. So the sooner we understand these things here, if crisis happen in America, Liberia is there for Americans to run to. We will not close our doors to y'all. That's the same way we don't want you to close your doors to us because we don't know what will happen in the future. But this has been our country. And when anything happens here and Americans need refuge, Liberia is your home. You're welcome, black and white, brown, blue, yellow. Once you got an American passport, you're an American citizen, you're welcome to refuge in my country. So we got to reciprocate that. We got to reciprocate that and understand that it's greater than just you and me. It's about our peoples. Having homes that you can turn to without people asking you for immigration, putting immigration issues before you, putting negativity issues before you, war issues. And it will not happen between Liberians and Americans. It has not happened before. It will not happen. It will not happen now. Because when America was going to World War II, Liberia was the airport for American planes that were fighting in the north of Africa. They could fly straight and refuel in Liberia and go to a fight in the Middle East and North America. The same thing. will give you that same opportunity in Africa. Nobody can take it from us. I'm a U.S. soldier. You think I would stop my army from going to my country? I can't do that. I owe allegiance to both countries, and I'm a military man for this country. My duty is to protect this country. So, but Liberia is my birthright. I gotta protect that just as much as I protect this because my people built Liberia. All of us, in spite of the fact that my people led the process, but we built our country together, and we can't watch it die. So that's why I beg the topics today that we're going to deal with. So now that I got this across, let me take a break, then I'll come back and we deal with my major topic today, Liberia versus football. Where are we going with this? Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Lieutenant Commander J. Glapohkpa Chesson, and welcome to my show. This morning, I'm at Toyin African Restaurant in Providence, Rhode Island, with the proprietor. Ma'am, could you kindly tell us your name and when you started this business?
My name is Toyin Bankole. This business started in the year 2020 during the pandemic period time. That is when this place was found, and then we started gradually. Now today here we are in Tony African Restaurant on Broad Street, number 45 Central Street.
So it's a bit, I know you just started and you're dealing with the whole Rhode Island community. What about the African community? Do the people know about you?
Yeah. Some African community have known us, so we are still introducing ourselves to the community so that they can know us better.
So what would you like to say to people on my show?
Yeah, I would like to say hi to everyone, my African people, both Liberia, Nigeria, Senegal, those all parts of Africa that are coming to eat here. It's not only Africa. We see a lot of white people trying to eat this my egusi soup with pounded yam. We eat like this. Some will come here, I teach them how to eat it. They will come here, they will use the left right to cut the fufu and use the right hand to make soup. No, I tell them no, this is how to cut the fufu. Then you put the pounded yam, not fufu. This pounded yam, you put it in egusi soup, then you swallow. And it's very delicious.
Well, thank you very much. I will spread your news around, let the people know about your restaurant. I had cassava leaf and rice here, were very delicious. Thank you.
Yeah.
So, ladies and gentlemen, you're welcome to Toyin African Restaurant at 45 Central Street in Providence, Rhode Island, right behind the Dunkin' Donuts on Broad Street. You can't miss it. So, thank you very much again, and good luck with your restaurant.
Thank you so much.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Liberia versus football. Do Liberian people love football more than Liberia? Than they love Liberia? That's a question that we must put into perspective here. Because Liberians have always loved football. From time immemorial. I remember when I was growing up, we used to watch British football too, the same Manchester United, Liverpool, Chelsea, all these teams, we used to watch them in Liberia growing up. But just that for me, I was more interested in basketball, so I wasn't a football fanatic. But I watched it. I understood it because that's our primary sport. So yes, Liberians do love football, but not once in our history have we loved football more than our nation. And I beg to differ from anybody who states now that Liberians love football now more than Liberia. We don't. Our problem with Liberian politics, with Liberian leadership, is putting our trust and faith in individuals more than our country. The reason why it appears that Liberians love football so much because of George Weah. George Weah is an epitome of the game, not only in Liberia, all over the world. He's a superstar. And he brought pride and dignity to my people. I never watched George Weah when in his days of playing because I'm not a footballer. Even though football come on TV every Friday and Sunday during the weekends on certain channel in America here, I don't watch it. Once in a while I sit and watch it, but I never did. So I didn't know nothing about George Weah. But I heard of him when he came on the scene and became ambassadors from the UN ambassador or sports ambassador and all that thing to Liberia. And he blew up from there because of his commitment to Liberia. So George Weah became the hero of the Liberian people when we needed a hero. We had nobody. He united our country. Whether we believe it or not, he brought Liberians together. He gave us a sense of understanding of what our plight, both at home and on the international scene. So, yes, Liberians love football, but not more than Liberia. Liberians love George Weah for his commitment and service to the people. And I can't take that away from the Liberian people. I can't take that, despite the fact I know that I will not serve George Weah because of his educational level. I can't work for George Weah. Just as I left the regime for the same reason. I can't work for George Weah because Liberians can love him. We can keep him there forever. Our country will not grow. Our country will not excel. The stealing and George Weah can't change. The man has already robbed our country. All the people have a guy around here has stolen our country, stolen so bad that the U.S. has intervened now. The U.S. is in our country now saying, no, it's enough. We put in too much money in this country. You got to get electricity. You got to get water. Because we can't have our embassy here, our people here, and we're sending everything from the United States here, and we're putting money in this country to fix the electricity and water. So we're using double money on this one country. And U.S. is tired now, they're ready to back out. So they're telling us, you take charge of your country or we'll back out. And if they back out, we're going into war. We're going to civil war because these guys can't maintain the country. They can't maintain the country. So I respect the fact that my people love George Weah. I respect the fact that they want him to be their leader. But that has been our problem from time immemorial, serving people. Look at Tubman ruled us for 30 years, and that was insanity. We had nobody to stand up to Tubman. All the people that serve in Tubman government were greedy people. The same thing George Weah doing them, the same thing Tubman did. He corrupted our country. He stole. As the same people who didn't want to change him because the same people around him were benefiting. So, and he stayed 30 years like that. Are we going to go on in the same way with George Weah? 30 years? You know I will never see my country again because I ain't coming to Liberia. I'm not safe. I'm not safe. If the whole country can perpetuate this kind of corruption that we've been through for 30 years before, we killed Toba before because of it now, and we came to change our country, and we have fallen right back in the same state of following individuals instead of our country. It's not right. I love Benana Yure. Benana Yure, my cousin, who grew up together. Despite his foolish ways, he's my cousin. He stood up for me. I stood up for him before. But when we were kids, we did the things we did as kids. Now we are men and women of our nation. We can't do the same thing. We can't do the same thing. I can't let him sit down and steal $1 million, millions and millions from my country while me and my family suffer. And he there walking around talking about he's the millionaire in my country. And I know he never worked for it before. Then you boasting that you're a millionaire. What give you the right to be a millionaire when you stole property from me? When you steal the wealth of my country? If all of us could see it like that, our country would change. Our leaders would be compelled to be good. But if we all sit down and say, oh, you did it, we do it. We did it, we do it. And act like immature, ignorant people, our country will die. But the real people who love our country, we're not going to tolerate people stealing our money. We're not going to tolerate people corrupting our government. We're not tolerated. Why? Because we are people of integrity. People of integrity follow the law. If the law said you can steal, I would not say nothing you can steal. Or if the law was silent on it. If there was no law against corruption and people just steal doing the corruption, I got no right to say anything until we put law in it. It would be my job to ensure that our legislature pass a law to stop the stealing and corruption in our country. But if I sit supinely and because there's no law, I know it's wrong because of, because I know it's wrong because of my education and knowledge. But I sit there and say, oh, I will not say nothing because there's no law governing it. And I see, as an educated man, the resources and wealth of my country being siphoned out into foreign countries by foreigners or being depleted by my own people selling to the foreigners without any regulatory proceedings. That's a problem. That's a problem because nothing lasts forever. Nothing lasts forever. If we don't protect our rights, we don't protect our gas, we don't protect our resources, people will come and take it. That's why we make all these laws, so that even if our government officials not there, patriotic Liberians who know the law will say, no, it's against the law. You can't do that. You can't do that. We do it all the time. Patriotic Liberians on all the sites, we do it all the time. When we see things going on wrong, people don't know it's their right or it's against their right. We say, no, they're not right. It's against the law. Is it against the law? Yes, against the law. Go check the law book. That's why we here. All of us are checks and balances on our government. If we don't do that, our government will not function right because the people leading our country only care about themselves because they don't have the educational, aptitude, the educational fortitude to understand that when you are responsible of a country, you got to demand that people follow the law. You yourself got to follow the law for other people to follow the law. Because when you follow the law, people will be afraid to break the law. But when you are the main culprit and criminal running the cartel, everybody is corrupt. And we've been that too long in our history, man. We've been that too long. It's not about anything else but following individuals and giving our loyalty to individuals and love the individuals more than our love to the Republic of Liberia. So it's not about football. It's just a facade because George Weah plays football. But we have become so imbued with our love for this man over the years, for his commitment to us, for his service to us, and all of that, that we refuse to see that what he's doing to our country is not good for us. And in the long run, we will suffer. So it behooves us to open our eyes now. We've been through this for almost 100 years now, because if Tottenham did 30 years, how many years Toba did? Toba did what? I can't remember how many years Toba, but Toba didn't even stay 10 years. So Toba did a year, those stay here years. Then we've been through our man, they see me going on for long. For long. Everybody come take their share and leave. Take their share and leave. You know, everybody come, our people run behind them, their families, take over our government. We can't do that, man. Everything is nepotism. Oh, that is singing Joel Howard said, that our time. Well, our time to do what? To do what? Rip off the country or build the country? That's the choice we face, my people. It's not about us following our law. The problem about us following individuals and loving them more than we love our country. Whether it's for our own benefit, whether we feel we benefit under this person more than any other person, that's just destroying our country. Because we can only benefit so much, so far, and no more. And we got to put our country first. So I'm just telling you people, I just want to bring this straight and put it in perspective. That our people more loyal to George Weah than the Republic of Liberia. Our opposition in our nation is terrible. Terrible. I'm so shocked that Joe Brokaw, he won't run for president. And you can hardly hear from him. You can hardly hear from him. He's just as silent as George Weah. Ella Cummings, on the other hand, his judgment is poor. His judgment is very poor. You know Musa Belete got that kind of criminal record behind him. You know his party divided. They're fighting among themselves. Of all the people you could go and find to join you, to strengthen your party, you see nobody but to go get Musa Belete. He's a problem too. So my people, I just want to bring it into perspective. Because the way my country running, I ain't going home just now. But I got to help educate my African-American brothers and sisters about Liberia. Some of them don't understand that it's their homeland. That is their homeland too. And until they understand that, there will be problems in America too. Because African Americans didn't just fall from heaven. All the other people got connections in America except African Americans. They jealous us in Liberia, they're stubborn. They don't want to see the fact that they're educated or better off than Africans. They should know better. Instead of that, there's the jealousy factor here too. All these foreigners coming to take our things. We only will take your things if you don't want to work with us. But black people don't control immigration. White people control immigration. And white people don't want black people who hate them. That's why Donald Trump don't want black people, because they're scared all the evil they've done to black people want revenge. So white people don't want black people who will come and cause trouble against them here. See? And we're not that kind of people. We are black people who understand Americans, who have worked with and lived with Americans for centuries. We did a year in America. We went back to Liberia. They went there too. We didn't kill them in Liberia. We worked with them. They helped us build Liberia. So we understand white people, not as good as African Americans, but to some extent, we understand them too. So the time for the shenanigans, for the foolishness, for the jealousy on both sides, for the rage on both sides, to cease and desist. We either work together or perish apart. Okay? Enough is enough. And I think enough is enough on this topic for me too. So let me just take a break, then we'll be back for my last topic for the weekend. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. This is the Tony Commander J.R. Glapohkpa Chesson. This morning, I'm in Seacon on Thornton Avenue at Sarcastic Sweets. I'm here with the proprietor. Ma'am, could you introduce yourself to us and tell us how long you've been here?
So, my name is Nina Reed. I'm from Anchorage, Alaska, but I've had the store here in I had it based in Rhode Island for 10 years, where I had my food truck, and this is our first year in Seacon, Massachusetts. So we've been here for a full year as of August 19th.
So tell us about Sarcastic Sweets.
So, what to tell you about Sarcastic Sweets? We started out as a food truck. We do custom orders, cakes, weddings, pickups, deliveries, birthday parties, colleges, fundraisers, churches, very important to me. We do all of those types of events, but then we were finally able to get a store through a lot of savings and fundraising and things like that here in Seacon, Massachusetts. So we still service Rhode Island quite a bit, but we also service a lot of Massachusetts. And we have the bakery portion, which is Sarcastic Sweets, and the Alaska Treehouse portion of things, which is the breakfast, lunch, smoothies, cafe portion of things. So you can come in and do your work like an internet cafe, or you can have breakfast with your family, or lunch. We do breakfast all day, because in Alaska you can have breakfast any time of the day. Any time of the day could be breakfast. Pastries, movie, special orders.
This is fantastic. I love that song. Okay, can what I'm doing now help my Liberian people? Oh, I want to know. I want to know that because I've done a lot of things in my life, not only for Liberian people. I've done things in America here for American people. I've done things when I was in Liberia for Liberian people. I always do things. That's my calling. That's why I go get my education to change people's lives. Just like I'm doing on the Buddha campus now. That's not the first time I've done big programs. It's simple. I've done it all my life in sport. I participated in events and formulating programs and what? Groups, forming groups and things like that all my life. So those things come easy for me. And all my life, people have been jealous of me. Look at what I'm doing now. When you invite people to join you, they don't want money. So I learn everything by myself so I can do it by myself. So I don't have to beg anybody. I want to do newspaper, I can do it. I want to do this and that, I do it. Then I'm educated again. It wasn't an easy task. That's not something all of us can do. Everybody can sit down and pursue education. Everybody don't have that temperament to do it. Or even the patience to do it. It takes patience. It's not easy. Many of the things I did it out of necessities. If I didn't do it, I would have drowned or died. I had to do it. Because the people I came to don't understand who I am. The family I come to don't understand who I am. I don't do things for my family. No, my family don't understand what I'm doing. My family believe that I come here, I must follow them and do what they want me to do. No, it don't work like that. And that's why me and them have problems. You see, my people, I come from a big family. None of them here, they want to fight against me. And I'm telling them, no, it can't work like that. Yes, you may be in a group, you may have family control and all of that, but I'm educated. I'm educated. And when we do things, we do it for the interest of all of us, not some of us or one or two of us. No, I can't do that. I'm a builder. When I build things, I don't build things because of John in a way or Peter in a way. No, I don't do. If we do those kind of things, we will never succeed in doing anything. We do it because it has to be done. Not because you're my cousin or because you're my relative or we got to do it this way for us. No. I don't believe in that. Even in families, people try to be unfair. People try to get out of one group of family to the other group of family. I don't believe in that. I don't believe in that. I run my family just like I run my government. In my family, we lay down laws and rules for the family to be governed. And we follow those laws and rules. We don't break them. But our people don't understand these things. Our people are so used to corruption. They put me in charge. When you put me in charge, things going like this. It's going straight. We ain't going to bend it. They think, oh, that put Bob Blue in charge. They call me Bob Blue. That put Bob Blue in charge so Bob Blue can handle this. Then we do the same thing we do to everybody. And when they put Bob Blue in charge, it's not working like that. It's not working like that. It's working according to rules and regulation and how we lay the law down. Because that's the kind of man I am. Then they say, oh, I act like a white man. That's why all the people that tell me, well, I can't work with them. Because you lay law down. Not only Liberian people, African Americans do that too. African Americans do that too. Because when you live and work with white people a long time, you take out some of their habits. You understand why they do certain things and why it's necessary to do certain things. And our people don't understand those things, black and white. In America, here, when we say I'm sitting there drinking at the table, we were ready to leave. I said, no, let's wipe the table down because the water all over the table. Oh, man, you're American, man. Let's leave the thing and go, man. Let's leave it. Or they would just take the table, just shake the table over, waste all the water on the ground and all of that. It's an easy way to do it. But if you want the people to respect you in a place, when you leave in a place, help clean up some of your mess. Help clean up some of your mess. If they come around and clean it up, it's okay. Why you sitting there? Yes. But if you're leaving, let them know that area need to be clean. Or if they bring the towel and things like that, just wipe the table down yourself. What's so hard about that? Yeah, no, man. Let them do the job of painting, man. That's why when I go certain places, anything I want to do, I do it. I won't bring the chairs outside or sit outside. The people let me do it because they know when I'm leaving, I'm going to take the chairs back inside because I didn't come and meet the chairs outside. I went in and brought the chairs out. I can't leave it out for somebody else to take it in. Why the people ain't got nobody to help them? If I'm taking in and say, oh, Chesson, leave it. Go ahead, go bye-bye. Take care of yourself. I leave it. But if I bring chairs out and we sit down and drink and all of that while leaving, I got to put the chairs back in. And that doesn't only happen to Africans, they happen to African Americans too. I sit with African Americans when we're leaving, I tell them, you gotta put the chair back. Oh man, Roger, do that to man. Why you like acting like white man? Or that? They tell me that too. But it's just certain standards you appreciate because it makes life easier for you too. Most of the places I go, the people know I'm going to take care of their property. Chesson, I'm going to sit down and take cigarette and match it on the table, and he know they got ashtray. Why would I do that kind of thing? People go sit down to the people hotels and things. The people got a plastic table. They smoke the cigarette. They put the cigarette on the table. Why would you do that? You see, then when other people go there want to smoke, they can't smoke because you finish messing all the whole place. The people now make rules that nobody can smoke in the place again because of that stupid thing. And if you yourself go back next time, you can't smoke there because of your own behavior. They may not have caught you. But that's how we treat our country. When we treat our country like that, when we behave to ourselves like that, it breaks everything down. It's break everything down. So the same thing with my country. All this teaching I've been doing for years. Go back I've been teaching from 1980, from before 1980, from the time I learned how to write, I've been teaching. Has it helped my people? Has it changed the lives of my people? Do they appreciate it? Or do they just look at me as a Congo man fighting for my own Congo interests and my time finished in Liberia? So why should we listen to that Congo man? So I just want to know. I always wonder, is what I'm doing helpful to my people? I'm not going to stop. But we have to reevaluate our efforts and see where it has gone all these years. Observe what my people have done all these years and whether it matters. But I know people like Gandhi and all these people, their voices didn't matter at first. I remember Gandhi was writing long before the Muslims and Christians and what the other group name, Hindus and all that started having conflicts in India. When Pakistan before when they wanted to deflect from India. Mahatma Gandhi was writing long before that. And nobody paid too much attention to his writings. We all don't have the same path. But this is my inspiration to keep writing and keep talking to my people and telling them to follow the right directions and don't give up. Because in the end, the race is not to the swift, strong, bold, knowledgeable, nor genius. The race is to he who lasts and perseveres to the end. And we'll go into the end with this. Because I got to see where my country will end up at. I got to see when my country and people will rise to take control of our destiny instead of putting in the hands of warlords, war criminals, slum lords, and low-life bandits. I want to see it. And I wait for that day. Until then, the struggle continues. Aluta! Continua. My class is done. The Tony Commander J.R. Glapohkpa Chesson is out.
West African, mainly Liberian dishes.
How long has this business been in operation?
We've been in business for about 5 years now.
How has the cooperation of the community been?
It's been pretty much supportive, not just Africans, but also our brothers and sisters of the African American community also been supportive, as well as other African and even other nationalities. So far, so good. We've been having a lot of support from different ethnic groups and different nationalities.
restaurant dedicated to cooking from the soul. We've been here for a year and a few days actually, and this is the spot that you want to come to when you want to indulge in great soul food. Here we offer collard greens, baked macaroni and cheese, we have the fish and grits, shrimp and grits on Sundays of course, and a lot of other soul food norms added with a little bit of our fusion. Chef Summer Duffin is the chef in the kitchen, and just come on down and check us out. You will not regret it.